everyone, RogueGold here. Welcome back to the Division 2. Today we are heading into the third week of the anniversary update in game. That also means that we are slowly creeping towards the beginning of Year 8, with Year 8 Season 1 set to begin in early April. But as we approach that, we have a couple of pretty important updates to go over today. That includes a brand new project and facet of the anniversary update that launched just this morning. We got some big updates to the known issues board today, which give us some great transparency and visibility on what issues the team are looking to fix up for the next update. And I wanted to give everybody a reminder on the global event mask rotation that we are seeing in this season, as I know some of you have already been missing out on potential rewards that you might want to go and get. So yeah, just some quick stories to go over today. We will timestamp all of them down below so you can skip around as needed. There is plenty for the game on the way, including the PTS that we're supposed to be getting any time now, so if you don't want to miss out on any of it, then be sure to subscribe. A big shout out and thank you to our channel members. As always, your support and contributions towards my work mean more than I can say. Thank you so much for that each and every month. But without further ado, let's jump into this. Okay, so to begin, as of today, the Panda Day Project has launched in the Division 2. You may be wondering, what on earth is that? Well, it's a bit more of a random part of this anniversary update, but it was actually shouted out in the 10th anniversary stream, as well as included in the update patch notes. This is what was said. Alongside the anniversary season activities, a themed project will be available from March 16th to the 24th in celebration of National Panda Day. Agents can complete Manning National Zoo and earn the Panda Backpack Trophy, proving that Division agents protect all civilians, even ones covered in fur. So, March 16th is today, and if you log into the game and go over to your projects, you will find that right here there's one for National Panda Day. It says, it's National Panda Day, make Manning National Zoo safe for our favorite bamboo eaters to earn a special backpack trophy. So, this is very simple. You just need to go and complete Manning Zoo on any difficulty of your choosing. And if you're curious, this is what the backpack trophy looks like. Pretty cool. Again, kind of a more random inside aspect to this season. But if you want to go and pick that backpack trophy up, the project is going to be available for the next week. So get on it. Next up, as mentioned in the intro, this morning we got a series of updates to the known issues board, letting us know what the current progress is that the devs are making on some of the top issues in game. This has been pretty overdue, in my view. There have been a number of issues highlighted since the anniversary season dropped, but fortunately we now have the information. So this went up earlier today, stating the known issues board has been updated with the latest issues. Planned fixes include the incorrect talent on the Blacklister's exotic knee pads, HUD value display issues for certain talents, adjustments to the color tone, and FOV/camera shifts. So, as I always try and remind people, the known issues board over on Trello is a fantastic resource for any Division 2 player. You can find it attached to the Division's link tree, which is always linked in the description to every one of my videos. And yeah, this will answer a lot of the questions that some of you will often send my way. And while I love responding and try to answer as many as I can, sometimes I can't get to them all. So, if we switch over, here we are on the Trello board, and primarily we want to look at what is in the in progress category, because that is all of the current issues in the game. The one I wanted to first highlight though is actually in the fixed live category, and this right here for players being unable to redeem the reward for the Summit Combat Mastery Merit. This has been listed for quite a long time, as you can see, first added in July of last year. Well, just an hour ago was actually finally moved to fixed live. This is what they say: the issue has been resolved and should no longer occur for newly affected players. But they do say, however, the fix may not apply retroactively to players who previously encountered this issue. If you are still unable to redeem the reward for the Summit Combat Mastery Merit, please contact support. So I just wanted to highlight this to say, in case this is you, you should go and check and see if you can now claim the reward from this commendation. If you cannot, their recommendation is to reach out to Ubisoft support, for which I will leave a link to that down in the description in case you haven't been there before. But let's move on then and talk about some of the issues that we do know are in progress. We spoke on a few of these back on Friday's video where the devs did a Reddit AMA, but this is a bit more of an official layout here. So the first one they list is visual color tone appears warmer after recent visual improvements, also known as the yellow filter that so many people have pointed out. You can see, like the rest of these that we are going to look at, the fixes planned for Year 8 Season 1. This is coming, as we've talked about, in early April, so right around the corner. But they say after the recent visual improvements, some players have reported a warmer or yellow color tone in the game. We are aware of the feedback and will adjust the color tone in an upcoming update. So that is going to be addressed. Moving on, we then have sudden FOV and camera shifts during inventory and weapon switch transitions. For me, I think the two places that I noticed this most apparently is that yes, when you're looking at your inventory and build, the camera is zoomed far more out than it was before. And then additionally, if you're on a piece of corner cover that is full body height, the camera zooms way out more so than before. And that can then impact some of your turning speed on camera. So a few different issues there. Hopefully this addresses all of them. Moving on, we have armor attribute appears in chest and backpack categories in the library. It says the armor attribute is currently appearing in the chest and backpack categories of the library and tinkering station. This attribute should not be listed in these categories. As I'm sure many of you know, this issue also applies to marksman rifle damage and headshot damage appearing on shotguns. I would hope and think that that is also included by them listing this here. It's pretty run-of-the-mill for not every single issue to be fully outlined on the board, but then it gets fixed anyway. I'm quite certain that that one will get fixed up alongside the armor attribute. Okay, continuing down the list, we then have the blacklisters exotic knee pads dropping with the incorrect talent. If you haven't seen this, yes, you can currently get blacklisters that come with the weakest link talent that is meant to be on the Overdog's exotic gloves. As they say here, yes, it currently drops with the weakest link talent. This is not intended for the item. What they don't outline is how they're going to address this. I assume that every person who has a blacklisters with the weakest link talent will just have that replaced with the proper item that has the, I forget what the talent is called, but the right one on there. It would be kind of wild if they just stopped you from generating new ones, but old ones got to be kept. Certainly, they won't go that route, but they don't outline it here, so we'll see how they address it. All right, and then finally, we have a card talking about how some weapon, HUD, and talent indicators are not working properly or just not showing up at all. So it says that the HUD currently does not display the values for the following talents. That includes measured and its perfect variance, adaptive instincts on the chameleon, and then electromagnetic accelerator, which I thought was on the capacitor, but they say nemesis here and its perfect variant. Not entirely sure what that all means, but yeah, the main ones that I've noticed are the chameleon, the nemesis, and the eagle bearer. They don't mention tenacity or the eagle bearer here, but I hope that is included in this package. But yeah, good to see that they're aware of the issue. And once again, as with everything that we just took a look at, all of these fixes are planned for the launch of Year 8 Season 1. Alright, and then one final topic that I wanted to address was the global event mask rotation that we are seeing in this anniversary update, because while I think some of you have acknowledged and understood what is going on here, I've already talked to people who have missed out on rewards that they wanted to get, and we don't yet have confirmation if they're going to return. So, what am I talking about? You can see that right here for this past week, we've had the Assault global event running. From the time of me recording this, as you can see, it has just over 16 hours remaining, meaning if you want to get any of the rewards on the track, including the exclusive Piggy mask, you only have less than 1 day to do so be sure to get on that. But why this is important is that even though these global events are repeating throughout this anniversary event, right, we had Ambush when it began, then it moved on to Assaults, which we have right now, but starting tomorrow, Ambush is back. What you have to keep in mind, though, is that the Pinnacle Mask reward is swapping out every time. So starting tomorrow, the Cage Mask is going to be the reward, whereas if we tab all the way back to the first time that Ambush ran, it was the Trench Mask. So, unlike how global events normally feature the exact same rewards on the track, including that exclusive final backpack trophy that you can only claim once, these ones are cycling in new rewards every time. Assault has the Piggy Mask, and if we go to the final time that Assault is going to run, it will then offer the Jungle Mask. So, the recap here is that these masks are only available for 1 week durations throughout this anniversary update. It's assumed that they will be available again in some format in the future, although we do not have confirmation of that right now. So, if there are any of these that you want, then you definitely want to go out and level through the global event to get them. And even if you did Ambush the first time around, you're going to have to level through it again starting tomorrow to get the new reward. Alright, everybody, well there you have it. Those are the updates that we have to go over today. I of course wanted to shout out the new stuff that released in game, the updates to the known issues board, and like I said, I had heard from some people who already missed out on those week 1 and 2 masks from the global event, so wanted to be sure to shout that out. Yeah, not too much else that we are expecting this week aside from potentially getting the PTS this weekend. I am very much looking forward to hearing more about Year 8 Season 1, even more so to play it in just a couple of weeks here. So stick with me and we will cover any and all news that we get as soon as it releases. But in the meantime, let me know any and all of your thoughts on what we went over today. Have you already ran and completed Manning National Zoo? What do you think about the updates on the known issues board? Is there anything not listed there that you think should be of higher priority? Yeah, whatever you've got, let me know. Can't wait to read through it as always. That is going to do it from today, though. Thank you all so much for coming by and watching. I will catch you back soon, but until then, RogueGold. Ow. Oh! We just got a Ravenous! Haha! I might not be friendly. Let's go.
Coming to the Division 2.
Let's go!
And